Hey, what's up, Net Most Wanted family? Look here, man. Got another video that want to throw at you guys, man. Some real dicey stuff going on, man. This one is actually pertaining to your guy, MeL Gibson. All right, some of y'all might have been keeping up with MeL Gibson, man. Some of the stuff that's been going on with him over the last couple of years, man. Kind of a similar case to like Dave Chappelle. He didn't like how things was going. He didn't want to kind of follow the code of the elites, man. And so he started kind of veering off in his own lane. Started doing things a little differently. Started wrestling some feathers, man, rattling some cages. So, anywho, he ended up put out some movie or something, man, and really started exposing some stuff, man. And I found some old clips, man, with him that's kind of indicating of what he had going on way back. This is like 1998, kind of where his mind was. Like he was never really buying into it. And it makes sense when you look at it in contrast to some of the movies and stuff that he's put out, and then that movie, The Passion of the Christ, where it's like, how can you put out a movie like that and be down with, you know, the kind of BS that was going on in the highly weird, right? So anyway, he actually talks about this, man. He started pointing some fingers at some folks, man, which I don't know, man. It's like, okay, you got Ice Cube saying one thing, you got Jamie Foxx saying something. We also had Jim Carrey, right? And you had MeL Gibson. Some of these folks, man, they don't abide by the code, okay? And that's why their careers be in shambles, and they be trying to destroy them, man, trying to discredit them and everything like that. So either way, man, MeL Gibson been speaking out, and he kind of pointed out some folks that we probably need to take a good closer look at. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go roll the video so y'all can see exactly what my man's talking about. So here we go. Boom, there we go. Let's roll it from the top.
I'm not gonna lie, my jaw was on the floor when I was watching this MeL Gibson interview from 1998. Not only did he predict what would happen to him in about 8 years, but he starts exposing what is actually happening in Hollywood. Not only that, but he's talking about exposing things on a much higher level and how you need to be patient. You have to be patient to do it. And it's almost as if he was already planning on doing something like The Sound of Freedom way back in 1998. And they ruined him for this shit. I promise you, what you're about to hear is gonna have you floored. Absolutely floored. Check this shit out.
First time I really came over here, you know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be. The whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them, and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill. And it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, a place like this can humiliate you. And it can humiliate you, it can be humbling. I mean, it does rip your life to pieces if you'll let it.
Yeah.
And it's always pounding at the walls. These little guys, these little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you, because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken that you are going to be fucked over at some point by people who you may have done something nice for. And it may happen that by circumstance, or even very purposefully, and I've often felt it. I've sat there and I have felt the knife slip firmly in between my shoulder blades and tried to have it shoved through the other side through my heart. No, he came to see me on a rooftop in New York. I said, hey, can I talk to you? And he said, sure. He floated in, sideways, through a crowd of people. He was wearing black. And it was like one of those old vampire movies where they don't walk, but they glide. The air had turned cold. And then he left, and I wanted to leave. And because I knew that I didn't want to work with him.
Yeah.
And he was getting scary.
Yeah.
And then I turned around, and it was on top of the Peninsula Hotel. I turned around to avoid his steady gaze at one point.
Yeah.
And I was looking at a building with the top of the sixes on it. So there was a huge illuminated triple six in red.
Yeah.
And I went from that to that to that, and he started smiling. And I thought, oh no, Chris Walken is the Antichrist, you know? I'll think, Walken, and you'll resent it for a little while, and you have to let it go. Otherwise, you'll eat yourself alive. And I think it takes that kind of cockroach resilience to survive in this town.
So yeah, guys, obviously the guy he's talking about in the video is Christopher Walken. I did a little research on him, man. Obviously, he's an actor, been around quite a long time. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. But he's like 80 years old. 80 years old. He's played in quite a few movies. I will say that. I don't know if you guys would, some of you probably wouldn't know too many movies that he's actually in, but I'm gonna pull it up. This is him here. God looks kind of scary right now, man. Say he floated in like a vampire, kind of, so to speak. Which brings me to my other thoughts, because it was, I don't know if I played it before. I think I did. I'm gonna try to find that for you guys real quick, man, because some people are like, oh, they're just, you know, speaking just maybe metaphorically, or speaking, you know, just exaggerating, or they're not, they like really didn't fly in or something like that, man. But no, because there was also a report that your girl Lady Gaga did the same thing. She did the same thing, man. Some years back, it was, I think it was her wardrobe artist, or it was like her makeup artist had put out something about her doing like some kind of float. She floated about the chair like this and scared the bejesus out of the makeup artist. So I'm gonna try to find that too. I may not be able to find it right now. I don't know, but Christopher Walken, he actually does a vampire movie, man. I was gonna play that for you guys too, man. I've been trying to watch out for the copyright strikes and everything, but I might go ahead and play that as well. Also, we got the it's a video I'm gonna play for y'all that shows Oprah and how it's tied in. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
Good. Our future is our children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
The latest buzz in Tinseltown is all about Mel Gibson's explosive revelations in the film Sound of Freedom. Brace yourselves as Mel pulls back the curtain on the dark underbelly of Hollywood's elite, exposing their alleged involvement in the scandalous world of illicit human trade. And guess who's caught right in the middle of it? None other than the iconic Oprah Winfrey herself. So what exactly did Mel say?
Our future is our children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
Now, I don't know if you guys remember, and this was one of my first videos that I did a while back, but it actually was dealing with the pedophile rings and stuff like that. And there was a report that Oprah had those tunnels up under her house. Okay, it's just allegedly. That's what they said. Oh, she had tunnels up under her house, and they were digging them out. And I don't know if they were trying to cover them up. She was trying to hide them or something. But there was, what they were saying is that they found tunnels up under her house. Now, I've heard things as far as her being a witch. Also, you remember when Dave Chappelle came on our show and he was trying to expose the elites, and she was sitting up there like this, which was basically giving like the hand signal to the elites, like, yo, this boy is haywire. I ain't got nothing to do with what he's talking about. Okay. And I'm not down with it, but y'all need to check this guy because he having a serious meltdown. Shortly after that, Dave Chappelle disappeared. Y'all know the story. Now he showed back up. We got a muscle-bound comedian. All right, so anyway, let me play the video.
In the glitzy world of Hollywood, where controversies and scandals are the talk of the town, it's surprising how one particular movie has managed to fly under the radar. Sound of Freedom, directed by Alejandro Gomez Monteverde, delves deep into the dark underbelly of illegal human trade, revealing the shocking methods employed by the elite to lure innocent victims into their sinister rings. But what's even more intriguing is the lack of buzz, press coverage, and endorsements surrounding this important film.
Why is a film starring a big actor, an established director, and being promoted by Mel Gibson is not being shown in cinemas?
It seems the message of the movie has ruffled some powerful feathers. Why, you ask? Well, in the movie, former action star Mel Gibson takes the lead role in Sound of Freedom, portraying the true story of ex-government agent Tim Ballard, who leaves the government to establish Operation Underground Railroad, dedicated to rescuing children from the clutches of illegal human trade rings. The film sheds light on the horrors of this abhorrent industry, aiming to raise awareness and mobilize action against it. However, despite the urgency of the topic, major streaming platforms like Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu shockingly rejected the movie, refusing to give it a platform for worldwide exposure. It's a puzzling move, considering these platforms are often at the forefront of promoting socially conscious content. Could it be that the film's explosive revelations hit a little too close to home for some? Adding fuel to the fire, celebrity voices that are typically quick to endorse woke causes have remained eerily silent about Sound of Freedom. It's as if the Hollywood elite have collectively turned a blind eye to a film that exposes their own industry's dirty secrets. The lack of support from these influential figures raises questions about their true commitment to social justice and human rights. But the intrigue doesn't end there. Sound of Freedom was initially in the hands of Disney, which acquired the rights after its merger with 21st Century Fox in 2019. However, the House of Mouse mysteriously shelved the project, leaving many to wonder why. Whispers in the industry suggest a more sinister motive behind the rejection and lack of promotion for Sound of Freedom. Accusations circulate that the likes of Disney, Netflix, and Amazon Prime deliberately avoided obtaining the rights to the film to allegedly prevent the truth about child AB and the illegal trade from reaching global viewers. Could it be an attempt to cover a specific group of industry elites? You see, these so-called industry big shots who wield immense power behind the scenes of Hollywood have always presented themselves as philanthropists with hearts of gold. But what if their true intentions were far more sinister than we could have ever imagined?
Imagine that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track.
One such group of elites is the Good Club. This is the creme de la creme of global elites. According to The Guardian, this exclusive group of billionaire philanthropists holds top-secret meetings right in the heart of New York City. Names like Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner often grace the guest list. But also, lesser-known but equally wealthy figures like Eli and Edith Broad also make appearances, making us wonder what really goes on behind closed doors. Now, one name that sticks out is Oprah Winfrey. We all know her as the billionaire show host and philanthropist with a name larger than life, right? Wrong. Buckle up, because there's a side of Oprah that she'd rather keep hidden, and it's far from admirable. Is it possible that the Queen of Talk has a darker side that she doesn't want us to see? Well, the highly anticipated film, Sound of Freedom, is set to expose the shocking methods used by the Hollywood elites to trap innocent victims. While the movie doesn't explicitly name Oprah, her alleged connections to notorious figures like Harvey Weinstein cannot be ignored. You see, despite Weinstein's long-standing reputation as a predator, Oprah maintained a close relationship with him. Speculation arose that she may have even encouraged actresses to work with him, leading to accusations of her complicity in the alleged misconduct. These allegations conflicted with Oprah's public persona as a champion of women's empowerment and a supporter of the #MeToo movement. Some argued that her association with Weinstein demonstrated a double standard in her treatment of accused individuals. And this is not the worst of it all. One of Oprah's most notorious moves was her decision to feature the self-proclaimed healer and criminal extraordinaire, John of God, on her show. Picture this, a Brazilian healer who claims to possess spiritual powers and uses them to purportedly heal people. Sounds like something out of a Hollywood movie, right? Well, in this case, reality turned out to be even stranger than fiction. John of God, as he came to be known, managed a healing facility in Brazil where vulnerable individuals sought solace and spiritual guidance. Little did they know that the man they were entrusting their well-being to had a dark and sinister side. It wasn't long before the truth about John of God's criminal activities came to light. Reports of SA and AB began to emerge, painting a chilling portrait of a man who shamelessly took advantage of those who sought his help. But what's truly mind-boggling is the role that Oprah played in catapulting John of God into the limelight. By featuring him on her show, she bestowed upon him a stamp of legitimacy, giving him access to a wider audience and inadvertently endorsing his criminal behavior. This eyebrow-raising incident took place back in 2010 during one of Oprah's attention-grabbing segments titled, "Do You Believe in Miracles?" Little did her audience know that the miracle they were about to witness was the rise of a criminal under the guise of a spiritual healer. Anyway, while Oprah did attempt to salvage her reputation by expressing empathy towards the brave women who came forward with allegations against John of God, it's clear that her involvement had already left an indelible mark. The damage had been done, and the sinister connection between Oprah and this criminal healer would forever be etched in the annals of scandalous history. And as if this is not bad enough already, Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa has always been a hotbed of controversy. In 2007, Oprah opened the Leadership Academy for Girls, inspired by Nelson Mandela and her promise to him. Little did anyone know that this venture would become a hotbed of controversy, stirring up whispers and skepticism from day one. As soon as news broke about Oprah's ambitious project, the South African government wasted no time in expressing their disdain. They criticized the exorbitant cost of the school and questioned its relevance in a country plagued by poverty. But did Oprah let that deter her? Not a chance. With an air of grandiosity and a touch of arrogance, she forged ahead, creating a glitzy institution that boasted luxurious salons and extravagant gyms. And that's when the conspiracy theories began to take flight. Whispers spread like wildfire, with many suggesting that the lavish school served as a front for something much darker: illegal human trade. The opulence and extravagance raised eyebrows and fueled suspicions that innocent young girls were being groomed for a life of exploitation. While no concrete evidence ever surfaced to support these scandalous claims, it's impossible to deny that the whispers added a layer of intrigue and suspicion to the already controversial academy. But it didn't stop there. Scandals and controversies soon plagued the institution, exposing a dark and seedy underbelly that Oprah had fought so hard to keep hidden. One shocking incident involved an employee named Virginia, whose role involved overseeing the dormitories. It was discovered that she had engaged in highly inappropriate conduct with not one, but multiple students between the ages of 13 and 15. These vulnerable young girls, handpicked by Oprah herself, fell victim to the very person entrusted with their care. It was a stain on Oprah's reputation and a disturbing reflection of the Academy's inner workings. Desperate to salvage her image and protect the brand she had built, Oprah swooped in with a team of investigators to uncover the truth, but the darkness didn't dissipate with Virginia's scandal. Less than 2 years later, another controversy erupted within the walls of Oprah's Academy. Disturbing revelations emerged, shedding light on a culture of violence and intimidation among the students. It was revealed that a 15-year-old girl had been pressuring victims into silence, coercing them not to report the physical altercations to their parents or authorities. Shockingly, 7 students were suspended for their involvement in intimidating behavior and inappropriate acts. Despite Oprah's attempts to address these issues, it seemed that the problems were deeply ingrained within the Academy's very foundation. Meanwhile, fans have not been shy about expressing their disgust for the alleged actions of these Hollywood elites. One fan commented, "She's a handler, and I'm happy to see more people are becoming aware of the toxic person she truly is." Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.
Yeah. So, anywho, guys, we already had our speculations about what Oprah might have been involved with. It's still speculation. You got some of the folks like MeL that's been speaking up. His movie, I hadn't watched the movie yet, man. I'm probably gonna try to take a chance on it, see what it is. I usually like MeL Gibson's movies, man. Long before I even knew that he was speaking out and going against the elite. So I support the guy, man. It takes a lot for one of them to step out, and they risking a lot. You heard what dude said, like he didn't care no more. He just he feels like he wants to help, and he makes those movies, you know, about solace and you know, virtue, integrity, and you know, just like heroic films and things like that, man, where you could tell, you can kind of get a sense for his character, which I think is why he's doing the stuff he's doing. When you got a pure heart, like you got love in your heart and stuff like that, it's hard to just coincide with some of the evils and stuff that's presented to you. And it's like he's almost like the Tupac of music. You know how Tupac came out, he was like, yeah, I'm squashing that Illuminati, I'm going against these guys, you know, because he didn't like what was going on. He got involved with it because he wanted his career, and once he got involved, he rebelled against it. And it's kind of the same thing with Mel. He's gotten to a point now where he's like, yo, like this stuff ain't right. You know, I'm not gonna sit by and watch these children be harmed and let y'all do this and that to these children. I'm gonna speak out. I'm gonna do what I can to save these children. And so he's putting his own self on the line, man. He's putting up his own money and stuff, and he's trying to build a web of important people and resources that he can utilize in order to fight or combat this child trafficking ring that's going on, not just in Hollywood, but just all over. So my hat goes off to MeL Gibson, man. One of the true, I would hate for him to be a martyr in this, but one of the true heroes, man, to me, that's standing up, speaking out the truth. And how long can we continue to go on, man, and just ignore stuff like this, stories like this, when actors do speak out and look for, you know, the assistance or looking for the support of the people? You know, when they got the whole industry turning against them, trying to shut them down, where is the support of the people? You know, where's the outcry from the people? Like, oh, y'all did all this? No, people still gonna go watch their movies and act like ain't nothing happened. You know, and that's the same thing with the music. They glorifying the crime and the killing and all that. And then when somebody end up dead, they're like, oh, Black Lives Matter. You know, but we sitting here and we promoting violent music, killing and everything like that. Just like we was talking about the YNW Melly case. And we've been watching that, keeping up with that, seeing what he done to his own friends. You see? But we glorify. They all there dancing. He been dancing with guns in his movie, in his videos and stuff. He been on that. So then all of a sudden he do something, or somebody reacts off of what they've been watching, because that's what it is, this program, which I'm gonna have to show you that. I'm gonna get a video for that too. I might play it in here. But they promote the violence and stuff, and then what we do, we go and we support it. You know, and the reason that they do that is because the corporations that own the music, they also own the private prisons and stuff. So they funding the whole operation. Like, I can fund somebody to push or advertise killing and stuff. That way somebody will go and kill. That'll get them locked up or promote more violence and keep that cycle of constant revenue, because now I got a steady stream of prisoners or you know, offenders that are coming through my court system, that are coming through my prison, and that's generating revenue. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a vicious cycle, it's a vicious system, but it's all by design. Even some of the movies, that's why some of these artists, man, that be out here pushing and promoting that stuff, they basically working for them guys. You understand what I mean? So they do that in order to keep that music floating out there. So they do these crimes, they do bad stuff, man, and they remain out. They don't go get locked up. People say, oh, they informants and stuff like that. They, in a sense, they are, because they actually working. They working. You understand what I'm saying? They working. They doing what they told to do. You know, and it's the same thing, like I said, with certain artists like Gucci Man, like Kodak Black. They get those guys and they reprogram them, or they knock them off. They get their clone. They insert the consciousness and stuff, or they can put a Draco Parasite in these guys, and then they got control over them. And then guess what? Now they involved in these certain rituals and things like that. They doing that stuff, sacrifices, whatever, and they also promoting the violence and stuff, keeping that money flowing, keeping it generating. All the money they get, they can take, like Kodak Black make money, boom, he can take the money that he make it and put it toward more nefarious agendas that they have in play. You see how it works? So it's all kind of put together in this organized, strategic plot to pretty much control how people are influenced in their actions. So, anywho, guys, I ain't gonna say much more, man. Just wanted to put this video out. I thought it would be important for people to see that, as it kind of coincides with what we were just talking about in the last video, man, with the piece talking about the cloning and stuff like that, and not just the cloning, but some of the evils that the elites and stuff have been doing behind closed doors that nobody pay attention to. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Broke some stuff down for you. Also, just in case you forget, guys, always gonna do this at the end of the video, let you know about the different products that we got as it pertains to your health and well-being and hopefully long-lasting life, because certain things don't want us to live as long, and they've incorporated stuff to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay, so like I said, we have the IV. That's $30 for a week's supply, $60 for a 2-week supply. It's recommended that you take at least the 2 weeks. Okay, if you don't know, that deals with shedding and all kind of stuff like that as it pertains to what we just dealt with. All right, now we also got the DE Parasite Detox. Okay, that's $40. Okay, so you can get the whole package of that for $80. Okay, that's a bundle. Okay, as far as that, the DE Parasite Detox, you don't know about parasites and why you need to start dealing with that, man, you got to go back and watch my other videos, but you got to get parasites out of you. As I've explained before, parasites is the root of a lot of diseases and things that you just don't know about. So that's something that you need to look into. All right, but we also got the BODYSHOT Detox. The BODYSHOT Detox, it gets those things that they put in the skies. It gets that out your system, out your skin. Also those certain particles, okay, that they put in everybody that's magnetized and stuff, gets that out your skin. So you need to wash your body, get that stuff off. Okay, you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to look into some other videos. I'm not gonna post that stuff here because we can't do that. All right, but also we got the pineal gland, the Genesis pineal gland decalcifier. Okay, we got the 30-day supply for $50 and the 60-day supply for $100. Okay, but you can get the whole package for the BODYSHOT Detox and the Genesis pineal gland decalcifier for $135. Okay, now if you want to bundle both packages, that's the IV and the DE Parasite Detox, also the BODYSHOT Detox and the pineal gland decalcifier, kills the stuff that's in your system, the fluoride and everything like that, and also decalcifies the pineal gland. That is $200 for the package. Okay, so we've been moving quite a bit of those, man. People getting cleaned up, which is good, man, because at the end of the day, what I always say, man, we're not told about what's going on in the parks and stuff. You're not told about how people are dying of different things and stuff like that. And they know, like, parasites have been linked to dementia, depression, suicide, sexual deviance or misbehavior, dysfunction, and also being linked to like Alzheimer's and different ailments that you have with the brain, all kind of stuff, man. But they don't tell you that, and they're not gonna tell you that. So that's something that you gotta look into yourself, man. Do the research, get the information, but you not gonna get this information about the parts. You're not gonna get this information about your health. That's something you gotta look into and do your own due diligence, so you know what's best for you. But we're putting together, you know, the information so that you guys can have it and you have some kind of options behind it. So, anywho, guys, to get any of those products, like I said, send the Cash App to NETMOSTWANTED. Okay. Also, you can send the payment to PayPal. PayPal.me/NETMOSTWANTED. Okay, I'll put the links in the description box for that stuff, man. You send that, send your address. Make sure you send your address. You got an apartment, make sure you put your apartment number down. Okay. We haven't had too many problems with apartment stuff. Most people are getting that stuff in good, so no problem there. But I just want to remind y'all, make sure you put your address and everything. And if you can put your order stuff on there, If not, usually I can figure it out based off how much you sent, so it shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, guys, I hope everybody's enjoyed the video, man. Make it sure, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you turn on your notification bells. Turn on your notification bells, because they always turn them off, man. And we building up this channel. It's gonna be my primary channel, so I'm gonna be putting out more content for you guys, man. Try to keep a steady flow. As long as y'all continue to come and support, I'm gonna keep on putting out content. So y'all be safe. I'll catch you on the next video.